Politics, President Trump's foreign campaign, or former rather, campaign manager, may be close to facing prosecution in the probe of Russia's meddling in last year's election.
If it happens, Paul Manafort would be the first to be indicted in a scandal the White House has been trying to make go away. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan's here now with how Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team is putting up the pressure on Manafort.
Yeah, and you know, the word is the special counsel wants to move quickly. He doesn't want this dragging on for years, and so this may be part of the evidence that is happening. The prospect of Paul Manafort's possible indictment puts him squarely at the center of the Russian meddling investigation tonight, and it comes on a night when there's also news that Manafort was wiretapped for 2 different periods by federal investigators, the second of which was reportedly focused on the Russia probe. The squeeze on former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort began in July when federal agents armed with a search warrant picked the lock on the front door of his home in Virginia. The New York Times reports the agents were looking for evidence that he set up secret offshore bank accounts. And after the raid, the paper reports prosecutors working for special counsel Robert Mueller told Manafort they expect to indict him. Typically in criminal investigations, prosecutors try to flip witnesses or participants in the crime, and in exchange for their cooperation, they lessen their legal liabilities. That may be why Mueller's investigators are putting the squeeze on Manafort.
If they think he has information about the campaign, they would undoubtedly squeeze him for that. He'd be in a position, from a prosecutor standpoint, to tell you what's going on, who was doing what, who knew what, when.
The day before Manafort's home was searched, Manafort met with Senate investigators to discuss the June 2016 meeting of the Trump Tower, organized by Donald Trump Jr. to meet a Russian attorney who supposedly had damaging information about Hillary Clinton. Now, CNN's reporting that federal investigators wiretapped Manafort under a warrant from a secret court during 2 different periods, both before and after last year's election. CNN Justice correspondent Pamela Brown first reported the story.
This is an extraordinary step for the FBI to do surveillance of a high-ranking campaign official. Of course, Manafort is now at the center of the Russia meddling probe. And we're told that there are intercepted communications, Don, that did raise concerns among investigators about whether Manafort was encouraging Russians to help the campaign. Some sources told us, though others cautioned that the intelligence was not conclusive. Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team has been provided all of these communications, so it is part of the ongoing investigation into Paul Manafort.
It's unclear whether any of the wiretapped Manafort conversations may have included discussions with President Trump. CNN reports the 2 men were still communicating after the election when the second round of wiretapping was still underway. CNN says it did not get a comment from the Manafort team about the wiretapping, but in the past, Manafort has denied that he ever knowingly communicated with Russian intelligence operatives during the campaign. Now, these new developments come at a time when there's increasing speculation that the Mueller investigation is focusing not solely on election meddling, but may also be broadening out to be looking at Manafort's financial dealings with Russia before the campaign, and on whether President Trump's firing of former FBI Director James Comey was an obstruction of justice. Jeff, Lena, back to you.